So this is Colby, and he's got this really cool tiny house that he built, and there's a big surprise in it that you're going to see in a minute, and he's going to tell you about. So, hey, Colby.
Hi everyone. So the background on my bed situation in my tiny house is that, as you can see here, it's a small little space for my living room and also my bedroom. So I needed to come up with an idea to kind of mix the two in one. I first tried to start off with the fold-up bed that came up on this wall and folded down. I constructed what is the bed now and put it up there with hinges, but unfortunately I lost all my storage on this front wall and partials on my side wall. So being in a tiny house, that's something critical that you actually need. So I went to an RV show and I saw a toy hauler that had a queen size bed that raised up to the roof so that you could put your motorcycles or ATVs underneath. And I thought that would be a great idea, but I had no idea on how to do it. So the next day I went to my friend's house, who's a bicyclist, and she had all of her bikes strung up to the roof of her garage. So I asked her where she got those pulley systems, and she said Harbor Freight, $6.
Oh my God! So that you're talking about?
Yeah, this pulley system right here, that,
okay.
And this side here. It actually says bicycle lift from the corner there.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
So I went to Harbor Freight, picked up 2 of them for $12, and I put it up on the ceiling. I strung all the new wires. I used 550 paracord. It has a 120-pound braking limit. The bed itself weighs about like 60-70 pounds, so it's close, but I haven't had an issue yet. So when I put it all up, I needed a way to actually crank it, so I tried doing a trailer crank that you put on the front of a boat trailer, and it didn't quite work because of the mountain situation. But because I work for a salvage company, I was able to salvage out a sailboat winch that raises and lowers the main mast. Actually the sail for the main mast. So I mounted that sideways, wrap around the rope. It goes through a couple pulleys that redirects the line up to the lift mechanisms, and basically I just crank it up. It comes right up to the ceiling. When I'm during the day, I put these chains on just to be safe that it doesn't come crashing down on my head.
Yeah, that would not be good.
No, that wouldn't. And then at night, I just undo the chains on all 4 corners, and then just slowly let out the line, and the bed comes down and rests down on these feet. Now the bed itself is about 25 inches high here, so it's big enough so that my dog can get underneath. If I have this table that I use mostly out, I don't have to clear it off.
Oh, nice.
And so everything can just be out. I can jump into bed and leave everything. The boards underneath here are kind of an aesthetic design plus function. They stiffen up the bed since it is a full size, so that it doesn't sag in the middle. And then eventually what I'm going to do is put LED lights in the inside box here, so that when it's up I have a nice lighted area. But when it's down, I am going to put LED lights around the edge of the bed so that I have a nice soft glow at night, so that when I go to the bathroom in the morning or whatever, I'm not tripping over my dog, I can see, and not tripping over the stools and stuff. So that's the basic gist of my
And is this a table here that I'm looking at?
I generally use this as my table. It's just a teak wood, came out of a sailboat that I salvaged. It folds all open. You can have about 4 people around it.
Wow,
and
that's
then,
neat.
I call this one my formal table. And it folds down like this. The leg kicks out. And then I also have another leaf if I want to put on that folds out this way, so I can fit 3 people around here.
Where do you store the leaf?
The leaf, I didn't bring it with me on this expo, but it actually bolts to here and then folds over this way and then locks in place with this.
Okay, cool.
So it's all multi.
And then you've got lots of storage.
Yeah, I got right now, I don't know, something like 20, 25, 24 cubic feet of storage. I'm going to put 1 more here. So it should be around 30 square feet of actual storage space on this. And the funny thing is that when I first bought these, I bought all the same colors. So I had stuff in it and I couldn't remember where I put it. So I had to go back to Target and Walmart and get different colors so I could rearrange them so I wouldn't forget what I have inside.
That's cute. And so tell me about your kitchen area and
my
your
kitchen
cabinets
area,
and
yeah.
stuff.
It's a really small kitchen. I don't really cook at all. And if I do, it's out on a grill or I eat out. For being a single guy, it costs me just as much to go out to eat than it does to cook. Plus, I don't have to do any dishes. So the whole kitchen area here cost me about $100 to make.
Wow.
The cabinets I got from Habitat for Humanity. I love that place. If it wasn't for Habitat, I would have been paying thousands more for most of the stuff that I have in here.
So it's very cool that you're here at this expo supporting Habitat.
Them, yes.
Yeah, very cool.
Being in St. Petersburg, we have I think 5 or 6 around the area, so it's a good diversity of the different areas where you can find, like towards Tampa, you get nicer things, higher end stuff. St. Petersburg, you get more of the construction materials there, flooring and stuff. So depending on where you go, you have a good picking of different items. But back to the kitchen, the cabinets here cost me about $40 to get at Habitat. The sink, small little sink, but it is rather deep, so I can pile some dishes in there if I need to. Generally, I don't. That I salvage out of a sailboat. Some of the stuff here I got from boats that I impounded and salvaged, and some of it from Habitat. The countertop I've custom built myself. The wood I got from Lowe's for about $30. Constructed it so that it would fit the space perfectly. Gave it a little bit of a stain to match kind of all the teak wood that I have in here, and then I didn't varnish it yet because I want to kind of get it distressed and get some scratches in it, give it a little more of a homey look, and then eventually I'm gonna varnish it and make it all nice. And,
very cool.
Go from there.
So how long have you been living in this?
So this build has been taking me just over a year. I started in October 2016. It is my own build. I started it from the ground up. I'm not a builder, I'm not a manufacturer, I'm not really a construction professional. I've been doing it paycheck to paycheck, just slowly a little bit at a time after work. I've been living in it now full time for about 3 weeks. The day after Halloween I've officially moved in, and it's been great. I've been in the marine industry for about 20 years now. Been living in boats for about 10 years, so I've been accustomed to the tiny living in small quarters, especially in boats. I've been in small 20-foot rinky-dink sailboats to 60-foot nice power yachts. So this was a nice change because I wanted to get away from the maintenance. If you know what boat stands for, it's bill out another 1,000. And so I wanted to get away from that and keep a little bit more money in my pocket instead of the ocean. So that's why I went with a nice little tiny.
You went with a land boat.
Yes, my little land yacht. Yeah. So eventually, this whole thing will be done up in a nautical theme, just to represent my background and where I've been with my life and the things that I do. And the reason why the walls aren't done yet is since I've just started living in it, I want to make sure that all the wiring is exactly where I want it, all the plumbing is where I need it, and make sure that it's absolutely, completely custom for me, and that everything is where I want it. So I'll give it another 6 more months living in here, and then put up some R13 fiberglass insulation, put up walls just kind of like what you see here, and it'll be pretty much done.
Very cool. I'm going to be anxious to see it, as you make progress with it. Do you have like a website or a Facebook
I got
or anything?
Facebook. Under Facebook, I'm under Captain Colby's Cruising Caravan. You can find me on there. If you just type in Captain Colby, I can come up too. Okay. That's generally what I use for it.
Okay, great. Thank you so
much.
Thank you very much.